What's going on, beautiful people? We're back on the Money Corner. It's Richie, and I have a treat for you guys today, man. We got our first viewer to send in an email. It's a very nice lady named Sarah. She sent us an email asking us to look at her financial situation, see what she's got going on, and how we can help her put together a plan and get her budget right. So, first of all, big round of applause, big props to Sarah for sending this in. Please comment badass in the comments section because Sarah is a badass for taking the number one step a lot of people in America do not like to take, which is looking at their budget, making the hard decisions, having the hard conversations, and getting their shit together. So please comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends if anybody's interested in budgeting, financial advice, and anything related to money. That's what we talk about on this channel. So without further ado, I'm going to read this email from Sarah, and we're going to go through and build her a budget. So, hi, Money Corner. I'm hoping you can give me some advice on my financial situation. I'm 32 years old, and I'm currently working as a marketing manager. My annual salary is $55,000 before taxes, and I have a few financial challenges that I'm struggling to manage. First of all, $55,000, that's not a horrible amount of money. That's actually pretty good. I think that's above the median American income, which is $18 an hour. So props to you on making decent amount of money. So income, $55,000. Okay. Number one, credit card debt. I have $8,000 in credit card debt across 3 cards with interest rates ranging from 15 to 20%. I'm making minimum monthly payments, but it feels like I'm not making any progress. Okay. Thank you for that. I would have wished to see the actual monthly payments for each credit card and the actual interest rates between them. But since you provided us with the total in credit card debt and the interest rates, which is 15 to 20%, we're just going to say you're going to split it 3 ways. We're going to say $2,500, and $3,000 for your remaining balance, and we're going to say 15%, 17.5%, and 20% for your interest rates, just so we can back into the math and have the full amount that we need. Number 2, student loans. I owe $25,000 in student loans with an interest rate of 5%. My monthly payment is $250. Now, student loans is kind of in that range of, depending on the interest rate, usually that goes to the back of your debt payoff priorities, right? Because student loans usually are between, I'd like to say 2% to 7%, and I think anything 5% and below takes less priority compared to your high interest credit cards, your car loans, your personal loans that are eating up 18, 20, 30% of your interest. So that we will work into your budget, and we will definitely get that paid off for you. Number 3, living expenses. My monthly rent is $1,200, and I spend about $300 on groceries and $200 on other necessities, utilities, internet, etc. I'm going to assume by utilities, internet, etc. that includes all of your utilities, your water, gas, electric, and anything that's not groceries but hygiene or housekeeping materials, so like your dishwashing detergents or your toilet paper, your paper towels. So I'm going to lump all that together, and I'm going to add a little bit of extra for you when we build your budget. But thank you for that again. Number 4, car loan. I recently bought a used car and have a loan of $10,000 with a monthly payment of $300 at an interest rate of 6%. Sarah, that is actually not horrible. That is actually not horrible. And I'll tell you a story. When I got my first car, it wasn't even that long ago. My first car was at 18%, which is horrible for a car. You never want to be above 5% for any purchase you're making, and if you are, you want to pay that off way before the payment schedule. But my first car, I was at 18%, a $22,000 loan, and my monthly payment was something like $600. I was crippled. So you having 6% interest rate is actually not horrible. and I'm actually pretty happy with this. We're still going to tackle this because it is bad debt, because the car is depreciating. It's not an asset, it's a liability. So we're going to make sure we budget that in so we can pay that off as soon as possible, but that's not horrible. So pat yourself on the back for that. That is not horrible. Number 5, savings. I have $1,500 in a savings account, but I don't feel like I can contribute much to it with my current expenses and debt payments. Okay, that is another piece of our model that we've built to get your finances in order. It automatically calculates how much you have left for either debt payoffs or savings, and then we can budget that into your situation. So thank you again for sending all this information. This is actually great. I love this format. I'm finding it hard to balance paying off my debt and saving for the future. I also want to start an emergency fund and eventually save for a down payment on a house, but it seems overwhelming. Could you please help me figure out a plan to tackle my debt, manage my expenses, and start saving more effectively? Any advice you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Best regards, Sarah. Sarah, thank you for sending your information in. I love this, and I cannot wait to dive in and get into your budget, which we're going to do now. If you're still watching, please like, comment, subscribe, and share to anybody like Sarah who would love to get a second pair of eyes on their finances completely free. I don't charge $1 for this. So reach out to your people, man. I know there's people that need help with their money. You might not, you might know everything, but make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you like. Let's get to it. All right, y'all. I'm back. I just went through and put her budget together. Sarah, thank you again for sending your information. You're a badass. Let's take a look at how we were able to schedule everything and how we're able to get you in a great situation. Spoiler alert, we get her out of debt in less than 3 years. So let's get to it. So there's a quick sneak peek at my budgeting template that I have created. I have tested for myself and with my family, and I know it works. So if you're part of this show, if you send in your information, or if we do a one-on-one consultation, you get this for free. And this can literally get you out of debt in much, much shorter than you can think of. So we went through her income. The only thing I changed, so this income is just how much she brought in from her salary, about $3,800, $3,900 a month after taxes and everything was taken out. So this is sort of what she was making. The only thing, Sarah, I want you to commit to is making an extra $400 a month and $650 in November. And I'll get to why, but the reason is I want you to kickstart this process extremely positively, right? Extra $400 is not that much. It might seem like a lot. You don't have to go get another job. If you have a car, one night a week doing Uber Eats, 5 hours, $20 an hour, if you can maximize that, 6-7 hours maybe, you can get $100 a week, $400 a month, and we can put that towards your debt payments. But that's just sort of how the income section works. It goes across from 2024, 2025, and 2026. So perfectly fine there. Then we'll go to your expenses. I listed out the expenses you put in. So we have your rent, your groceries, your utilities. I put in a TP fund. So what that is anything that you might buy at a supermarket that's not groceries. So if you can imagine your dish detergent or your paper towels, whatever it is, hygiene products that might not be part of your grocery bill, that's part of that. So keep an eye very closely. I put your credit card bills. I did some nifty math and found sort of what your most likely monthly payment would be with those balances. So that's what that would look like for your credit cards. And then your car note is $300. You gave us that. Eating out, I know you didn't put any eating out money, but I put $100, right? Keep yourself happy. I don't want this to be super restrictive. So go get yourself a treat. Go get yourself whatever you like to have once a week, $25 a week, $100 a month. Keep it to that. And then your student loans are $250 a month, and I'll show you how we can get down. So this is the really cool part about this program I've put together. I have a section for your savings / free cash, and what that means is after you make the amount of money you made, and you take out your necessary expenses and your little bit of fun money, this is how much money you should have left over. A lot of the times we don't realize we have that much money just because we don't budget it and we don't put it down on paper, but the math doesn't lie. She should have $1,700 left over every month from her income and how much she's spending. So using that money, we're gonna go through, and this is how much you should have left over for savings and free cash. So what I want you to do, Sarah, for the first 5 months, I want you to take your free savings, your free money every month and put it towards your credit cards. Now, the reason I said the next 5 months from August to December is that with this amount of money, you can pay off your $8,000 credit card balance by New Year's. Do you understand the impact that would have on your life? If you don't, I can tell you that is, how much is that? $200 a month. That is now going back in your pocket for the end of eternity. Your credit cards are paid off. When you pay off your credit cards as well, your credit score is going to shoot up. Your credit score is going to skyrocket. So you're going to have a much better credit score, a lot more money that we can put towards other things. So with that extra $300, $200 a month, we're going to put that amount also towards the Uber Eats, right? So this is kind of the impact that we have. So when you take $200 off from your credit card, you don't have to make as much money. So you feel like you're making more money with the same income. So if you remember earlier, I asked her to do Uber Eats, $400 a month until December. She can stop doing that because she just took off $300, $200 off her back. That burden is gone. So now you don't have to do Uber Eats. You can focus on time with your family, time for yourself, get into a workout regimen, whatever it is, mental health, do therapy, right? So that's perfectly fine. Then the next step for the next 6 months, 7 months, I want you to take what you make, which is about $1,500 a month now, and put that towards your car loan. So in 7 months, we can pay off your car loan. Do you understand the progress we're making? The insane amount of money you're saving, right? So once you go through and you pay off your car loan, in 12 months, you can have your credit cards and your car loan paid off. So on top of that $200 we save from the credit cards, the $300 from the car note is actually going to disappear from your monthly payment. So that's going to disappear. So for the next 7 months, from January to July, you're going to pay off your car note. Then what I want you to focus towards the end of the year, towards the end of next year, is put the rest of what you have, your free cash, towards an emergency fund. And if you do this using this amount that I have, plus what you already had in the $1,500, you're going to have a $10,000 emergency fund that you can be completely safe, right? You know that if there's an emergency that comes up, you need some tires, or you need to go to the doctor, you need to take your pet somewhere, you know you have $10,000 sitting somewhere that is safe, that is cash, that's making interest. Make sure you put it in a savings account that gives you interest rate. I recommend SoFi, but not affiliated. Anyways, so by the end of next year, you have paid off your credit cards, you have paid off your car loan, and you have a 6-month emergency fund sitting there making you 4% a year. That, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, but it does. So after 2025, you have your credit, you have your loans paid off, you have your car note paid off. We're going to take all of 2026 and we're going to clear out your student loans. So the 12 months, you're going to pay off $21,555 of your student loans. My apologies. So that is insane. Being able to pay $21,000 of student loans in 1 year is crazy, but that is the power of budgeting. That is the power of being able to put something down on paper, create a plan and stick to it, and change your life forever. So at the end of 2.5 years, Sarah, you will be debt-free, you will be loan-free, and you will have nothing on your back that you're worried about that's going to eat up your interest, eat up your money, and you will have a much, much, much better life. So that's just sort of something I wanted to leave you with, is that you don't know what you're missing until you try it. And there's nothing to lose when you budget. The worst that can happen is you can budget and you realize this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. This is exactly what I knew. And this was exactly what I've been doing, right? But if that's not the case, when you budget, you're most likely going to find extra cash that you didn't know you had. So that's why I love doing this. I love making that impact. So if you're interested and you want this to be you, you want to get debt free, you want to get student loan free, you want to get credit card free, please email us at ourmoneycorner@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe down below. And once again, thank you, Sarah, for being a badass and being part of the money team, man. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.